Hello children, welcome back to another video of mine. Today I am going to discuss all the important concepts related to the last DP chapter of class 10, Outcome of Democracy. Well, here we have a man who's totally confused. He has lots of doubts in his mind, like what can we expect from democracy? Has democracy led to development? What sustains democracy in India? And the last one, does democracy fulfill these expectations? So, well, children, let's all join together and try to clear this man's confusion. So, shall we begin? Children, we have often seen that many countries in today's scenario are opting for a democratic form of government. Why is that democracy is the most popular form of government? Well, let's have a look. Number one, it promotes equality among the citizens. Number two, it enhances the dignity of an individual. Number three, it improves the quality of decision making. Number four, it is a method to resolve conflict. And last, it allows rooms to correct the mistakes. Do you find such qualities in a non-democratic form of government? Absolutely not. In a non-democratic form of government, citizens are not treated equally. The respect given to the individual is very less. Decisions are always taken by the ruling party, and the common man has no right to voice his views. If any conflicts arise, it is suppressed by using harsh methods by the ruling party. And last, the people are not given an opportunity to select the leader who should rule the country. Because of all this reason, today most of the people in most of the country are longing for a democratic form of government. So my dear students, what is democracy? Well children, democracy is just a form of government. It can only create conditions for achieving something, or let us say it is a platform given to the citizens of the particular country to express their views, select their leaders and voice their opinion regarding the ruling of the country. So it is up to us to take advantage of these conditions and try to achieve the goal for the smooth functioning of our country. Now let's look at the political outcomes of democracy. Democracy is an accountable, responsive and legitimate government. Children, we know that in democracy, people has the right to choose their leader and participate in the decision making. This quality is called accountability. Democracy ensures that decision making is based on the norms and procedure. So a citizen have the rights and the means to examine the process of decision making. This is known as transparency. Democracy follows standard procedures and is accountable to the people. Democratic government has a very good record when it comes to sharing information with the citizen and are much better than a non-democratic regime in this respect. Democracy is attentive to the need and demands of the people and is largely free of corruption. There is one respect in which democratic government is certainly better than its alternatives. Democratic government is a legitimate government. It follows the rules and abides the laws which is mentioned in the Constitution. It sees that it rules the country as per the rules and laws mentioned in the Constitution. It may be slow, less efficient, not always very responsible or clean, but a democratic government is the people's own government. Economic growth and development. Well, children, that is the next outcome of democracy. Economic development depends on several factors like population size, economic resources, global situation, and cooperation with other countries. However, the difference in the rate of economic development between less developed countries with dictatorship and democracy is negligible. Overall, we can say that democracy is a guarantee of economic development, but we can expect democracy not to lag behind dictatorship in economic development. The next thing is a democracy has reduced inequality and poverty. How is that, children? Shall we have a look? Democracy has been growing economic inequality. A small number of ultra-rich enjoys lion shares of wealth, while those at the bottom of the society has very little to depend upon and find it very difficult to meet the basic needs of life, such as food, clothing, education, health, etc. Democratically elected government addresses the questions of poverty by making various welfare schemes to remove poverty. Democracy not only makes welfare schemes but also gives reservation for socially and economically backward people in job, elections, and educational institutions. And by taking such steps, democracy has reduced economic inequality and poverty in a country. Social outcome is the last outcome of democracy. Children, we always have heard that democracy accommodates social diversity. How does it do that? Well, let's see. Democracy usually develops a procedure to accommodate various social groups. This reduces the possibility of social tension becoming explosive or violent. Number two, no society can fully or permanently resolve conflict among different groups. But democracy is the best to handle social differences, divisions, and conflict. An example of Sri Lanka reminds us that democracy must fulfill two conditions to achieve an accommodation of social divisions. Number one, it is necessary to understand that democracy is not simply ruled by majority opinion. The majority always needs to work with the minority so that the government functions to represent the general views. Number two, it is also necessary that the rule made by the majority does not become the rule by the majority community in terms of religion or race or linguistic group, etc. Rule by majority means rule by the majority choice. So if these practices are strictly followed, thus conflicts among different communities, different religion, different social groups can be reduced, and this is only possible in a democratic country where people have been given the freedom to express their views, opinion, and participate in the decision-making process. Democracy promotes the dignity and freedom of the citizen. How does it do so? Let's have a look, children. Democracy stands much superior to any other form of government in promoting the dignity and freedom of the individual by providing fundamental rights. Every individual wants to receive respect from the fellow being. The passion of respect and freedom is the base of democracy. Democracy throughout the world has recognized this, and this has been achieved in various degrees in various democracies. Let's take the case of dignity of women. Most societies across the world were historically male-dominated society. We know that. After a long struggle, women have created some sensibility today that the respect of equal treatment of women is necessary ingredient of a democratic society. Democracy in India has strengthened the claim of the disadvantaged and discriminated caste for equal status and equal opportunity. Well, children, you would have now had a clear idea about the three outcomes of democracy. So let's say that a democracy always strives towards a better goal. People constantly demand more benefits in a democracy. They are always for more expedition. People now look critically at the work of those who hold power, the rich. They express their dissatisfaction loudly. It shows that they are no longer subjects but citizens of a democratic country. Well, children, we have come to the end of this chapter. I hope I have cleared all the confusion that the gentleman had in the beginning of this chapter. And not only gentleman's confusion, I also hope that I have cleared your confusion and now you have a much clearer picture about the concept of this chapter. Thank you for listening to this video of mine. I will be back again with another video. Till then, be safe. Bye now.